So today we're going to turn on the vacuum pump. So got the woods all tapped up here. I think there's 4,600 taps in. We have two sections. We have the middle and then we have the right side. I call it Route 80 side. So after you tap all your trees, you want to come down, you want to turn the vacuum pump on, and you want to start leak checking. So we know we're going to have leaks up there. It's just how many are we going to have. Basically how a vacuum pump works is this valve right here is closed. So I'm going to turn the vacuum pump on and we're going to read the gauge, and it's going to show us how much vacuum that this pump makes. Whatever that gauge is reading is what you have to have in them woods. If you don't have that much in the woods, you have leaks. It's a pretty simple process to figure out. So we'll turn the vacuum pump on quick. Pretty simple. It's just like starting a car. Turn the key on. All right, so that gauge is showing just about 28 inches. So this pump, this is what they call deadheading. It's when you turn the valve off right here at the pump. So I'm going to open this up. That's going to send vacuum into the releaser, and then I have valves on all my main lines right at the releaser. I'll open up the valves on the releaser. We're going to do the right-hand side of the woods first. That's the brand new woods that we've been working on all year. And then air is going to travel all the way up through that entire network of tubing. And this gauge right here, it's going to take a while. It's going to come back, but it's going to start climbing. This pump's going to rev up, but this needle should come all the way back to there. If it comes back all the way to there, we're in good shape. We don't have leaks. But if it doesn't get to there, we've got leaks. Well, up here is the variable speed drive, this thing right here, and I can make adjustments on how much vacuum I want to put to the woods with this right here. So we can raise this up or down, and that's how it works. You want that thing sitting on zero. If you can maintain this at zero all the time, you got no leaks in your woods, and when there's no leaks in your woods, that means more sap. So, for every inch of vacuum you lose up in the woods, you're losing production. It's very important. So, it's a process. I'm sure we got leaks, but we're going to turn this on right now, and I'll show you how it works. So, first we're going to turn this valve on right here. You're going to watch that rev right up. All right, so that's already coming back down. Now we're gonna go open the valves to the woods. So right now, vacuum is in the releaser. As you can see, I got all the valves off to the woods. So the reason that we put valves in here, most people put valves in, is so you can control or isolate sections of your woods. So like right now, I'll open up these two valves right here. That's on the new installation side that we've been working on. It'll send air all the way back up through that entire network, and then we'll be able to tell on just that section of woods if we have a leak. If we don't have a leak there, I'll close these back up, and then I'll open up the middle section right here, and we'll be able to tell if we have a leak on the middle section. So that's kind of how you isolate where your leaks are, because it's about impossible to just drive up there and start searching. You kind of got to have an idea to start with. So we're going to open up these valves first. You'll hear some air. And I have a vacuum gauge right here on top of the releaser too. Definitely got leaks. I can hear air inside the releaser. But we'll go back in and watch that gauge and see how high that gauge will climb. Let's keep our fingers crossed it gets up there pretty high. And it'll take a while. It'll take a little bit for that vacuum to get up there, because think about all them thousands and thousands of feet of pipe you got up there. It's sending air through that whole entire network. So it takes a while. It'll take a little while to get up the vacuum, so we'll keep an eye on that and we'll see where it's at. So I've been sitting here for about 5-10 minutes, and this gauge is bottomed out at 15 inches. I'll show you. So that means we got leaks on that new section that we just put up. It's probably going to be missed taps. There's probably taps hanging out. Could be some spin seals the old man missed or something. It's probably something pretty obvious. So what we'll do, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to shut the valves off to that woods. We'll open them up to the other woods and see if we got more vacuum in the center section. We'll shut these off now. Alright, so I just opened up the center section. That's the section that we tapped last year. Now this might be a little falsified reading too, because there's probably some sap in some of the lines. And if there's sap in the lines, which I saw when we were tapping, it's frozen solid. So the vacuum's not gonna be getting back to all the trees, but we'll see if we got better vacuum on this woods. I've been standing here for about the same time, and this thing's pretty much bottomed out at 22 inches. So we definitely got less problems on that woods from last year. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start in a new wood. So basically we'll go back out here, shut these valves off quick. So I got those open, it's pretty simple now. Now we're gonna head up on the hill, and all those valves that you saw me put in this summer, we're gonna go to those valves and we're gonna open and close them and see if we hear air. If we hear air, we got a problem on that line. I have a feeling it's probably gonna be something pretty good size, so you might even be able to hear it. But I think I can hear something already. I gotta take my hood off so I can hear. Yep, there's something right up in front of me. So I missed a tap. We'll drive up and get it. First off, before I do that, I'm gonna shut this valve off. There's cars going by, so it's gonna be hard to hear, but I'll shut this valve off quick right here. I just shut it off. See if I can hear anything. I don't hear anything on that valve. So this one's on this other line, so I'm gonna walk down and see if I can hear something on that valve. Yep, I could hear air right there. I don't know if you guys could hear it or not. Let me see if you can hear it again. It's closed. Now I'm gonna open it. I don't know if you can hear that, but all right. I'm gonna get back on the four-wheeler. I'm gonna go up around. I'm gonna come back down. I can't get under that line right there, I don't think, with my toolbox on it. So, and we'll put that one in. Well, I thought I missed one. Well, it's actually a run of 3. So there they are right here. 1, 2, and 3. So I gotta drill the trees. We'll put these in, and that's gonna bring that vacuum way up. I mean, one of these is a big leak, but 3 of them, this will jump it way up. So I'll fix those quick. There you have it. That's going to make that vacuum pump a lot happier. So I think I hear more. All right, so we're back up here on the mountain. Yesterday we got a bunch of the leaks fixed, so we're going to see if we can find the rest of them right now. Hear something. I heard something. You hear a little hissing? Mm-hmm. There's a leak on this submain someplace up there, so someplace up there on top we got a leak. We'll find it, but we'll see if we can hear it with the camera. I can hear it leaking already. Hear that?
Yeah.
So, all right, we're gonna go back up to the top now and come back down. We're gonna check this other one below us first because it's just below us. Let's go down and check this other one. Oh, by the way, I have my best helper in the world today. Check this one right here. Boss says there's no leaks. He's telling me with the camera there's no leak. Nope. All right, so we got to get on a wheeler. We're gonna go back up to the top, go 2 submains over, and come down and see if we can't find it. All right, so we found a leak. It was pretty simple. Jody actually found this one, so it's right here. It's another missed spout again. I think I'm gonna need to fire myself if I keep doing this. Find a good spot to put this in. Looks like a good spot right there. You gotta be careful when you put that in there. You don't get any. Be careful you don't suck any sawdust down the line. So that one's fixed. We'll head down the hill. Well, I really don't know what kind of operation I'm running here. I used to think I run a pretty tight ship, but the more I keep driving around, the more mistakes I keep finding. But if anybody was up here when we were doing this, wind blowing 30 mile an hour is below zero, like, you're gonna make mistakes. There's nobody perfect in the maple world, I'll tell you that right now. So we found 1, 2, 3, there's 4 of them hanging out right here. And you wonder why we have no vacuum. So we'll put these in quick. So we fixed a bunch of stuff up there. We're back here at the pump house. We'll go in and we'll see what kind of vacuum levels we got now. I'm feeling pretty confident we should be up close to 28 inches. We'll see. Oh yeah. I'll show you where we're at with the vacuum gauge. Definitely come way up. Yesterday we were at 14 or 16. Now we're up to 27. So just by going out there and doing some searching, we found most of them. So we're still about 1 inch off, so I don't know. I might have another one hanging out someplace, or I got bad taps. And it's really hard to tell, you know, if I got into some dead wood or some bad spots in the trees. You really can't tell that until it starts running. When a sap starts running, you'll see it racing through the whip line. You might have a chew. We might have micro, you know, we could have micro leaks with squirrel chews. So I'm pretty happy with that right there. The VFD is holding it too, which is pretty good. So I will what I'm going to do, I think now, we're going to close the valves to that side of the woods. I'm pretty happy with that for the time being. So we get the first run. When the first run comes, I'll have to be back in there and checking it all over again, fine tune it. But we're going to go over in the other section now and see what we can find over there. So okay, so we're in the center section. That's the section that we tapped last year. We found 2 drop lines out, and then there's a third one here, and I know why that one's out, because the side of the tree's dead. So I want to take it out. I drilled the hole and it was all dead. So we need a tubing tool for this one, and we'll get a straight connector. We'll cut the drop line out, we'll put a straight connector in, and then that one will be fixed. So if you look at this tree right here, you look at the very top, how the top is snapped off it. This must have snapped off last summer sometime. So this had good wood last year, I remember, but I drilled a hole. I don't know if you can, I may not even have drilled it because I saw it was bad, but if you come around to this side, you look right up that face, see how it's all dead. So basically, this is no big deal. We're going to eliminate a tap here, so we'll put the tool on here like this. I wondered why that squeezed so hard. I got the old tool. This is the old one. This thing's got to be 15 years old.
Wait, cut this is that the one we had in the basement?
I don't know.
Oh.
Want to hold that for me, babe?
Sure.
Thanks. So we'll give it a little ream out quick. The spring is broke, gone. Lost the spring on this one, so you kind of have to slide it with your finger. We'll ream out quick. Get that out of there. Now we'll put this straight connector in there, and then we'll eliminate that tap. This will take care of the leak. Ta-da! It's fixed. So there's that one. We heard it. There's another one over here someplace. I heard it on the valve, so go check that. And then there's a couple chews over here in the new section. So let's take a ride over here and see if we can find something. You want to walk? I'll pick you up over there.
Yeah.
I found a leak on this main here. So this is another operator error. My spin seal, I didn't get it burned in really good. So sure you can hear that. So if I push this nipple towards me, listen. See how it gets louder? If I go away from me, quiets right up. So that's not a hard fix. What I got to do is cut that off with a utility knife, get it down flush almost this pipe, and then burn another one right in deep, and then that'll fix that. But I don't have that tool on me, so we'll have to go back down and get that. I probably won't even video that. I'll just come back and fix it on my own. But that's what this leak is right here, because we just walked through the section up here and we can't hear anything, but you can hear that pretty plain as day. Another reason I know it's at is there's still vacuum transferring up over this and into this even when the valves close, and it's still leaking. Hear it? So not a biggie. We'll just have to fix it. We're pretty good up here on the hill. We're going to go back down to the pump house, and see where our vacuum level's at. We should be close to 28 inches on the whole woods. We're just a tick over 26 inches of vacuum on a gauge. That's with both woods open. All the valves are open. It's good, but it's not perfect. 28 inches is where we need to be. So we got a couple micro leaks up there. I'm gonna go back up and fix. I'm not gonna video them. That should get us down a little bit more, but it's really not gonna, we're not gonna be able to dial this in until I get a run. The very first run I can get up there, and when sap's running through everything, then I can find where my micro leaks are. I know I've got squirrel chews and some other things, so, but until we get that first run, it's hard to find them. So pretty happy with where it's at. So we'll wait for that first run, and when that's gonna be, I have no clue, because it's gonna be cold for a long time. So we'll, first run, we'll find out where they are. So thanks for watching.